First of all, good afternoon, Yoganoi. My name is Emmanuel Omaria. I'm from Omaria district, Wera sub-county, Angole village and parish. The reason we're here today is so that I can share and declare my candidacy for Youth MP Eastern Uganda. I'm a very passionate person, and I'm very passionate about Eastern Uganda and the young people of Eastern Uganda. I'm very qualified. I have a bachelor's degree in political science and diplomacy. I'm currently pursuing a master's degree in public policy analysis and governance at Uganda Management Institute here in Kampala, Jinja Road. Among all those, I'm also a farmer. In Angole there, we do some small farming. Today, I want to tell the youth of Eastern Uganda and the people of Eastern Uganda that I'm declaring myself for the position, and here are some of the things that have pushed me to go for this position. First of all, as we all know, we face a challenge of youth unemployment, which is a big one. I cannot come and promise that I'm going to bring jobs to all the youth of Eastern Uganda. That's for sure a fact. But we're going to increase advocacy. Being a member of this party, NRM, that is in power, I know that we can increase the advocacy. And how do we do that? There's skilling centers at the presidential skilling centers that have been put in place. The capacity for those skilling centers needs to be taken to another level. They need to increase capacity. They need to increase how they are taking in the youth into the skilling centers. And then the strategic allocation of these skilling centers needs to be checked, because there's skilling centers in certain places, then there's certain places that don't have the skilling centers. So I think as youth MP, when we cross that bridge, I'm going to work so hard to the bone to fight and make sure that we increase skilling, because skilling is honestly the way to go. We have so many youth who have degrees but are not able to get a job, are not able to get placement. This is because, first of all, there's so many jobs, but there's also not so many jobs. Most youth want to get into public service. Public service has limited positions. And private sector, we all know it's also not easy. You need to know someone, so there's all that. The next other thing that I want to really emphasize here today is I want to caution our elders, our parents who have shunned kids who have been looked at as druggies and all that, kids who have resorted to drugs, things like that. We should not ignore that. These young people are not there because they want. They're there because of certain circumstances. So I think I want to champion, and this is something I want to run on. I want to champion the rehabilitation centers. I know Mbale has one. I don't know if it's still operational, but I want to champion more rehabilitation centers in Eastern Uganda as the region. These youth should not be shunned because there is so much untapped talent. They have talent, they are brilliant minds, but then they've been shunned, they're being, taken in. These rehabilitation centers will be somewhere where they go and, they'll be taught things that, like this is not good, and we mainly rehabilitation basically. The other thing that I want to really champion in my quest for this position is to bring more, educational services, like empower the schools here that we have. There's so many schools in Teso, but we need to empower them and kind of work out some kind of memorandum of understanding to have scholarships for talented kids. There's kids who know how to play soccer, there's kids who know how to play basketball, name all the sports. But they are sitting in, Angole just because they do not have an opportunity. I think we should foster talent development through these powerful schools that we have in Eastern Uganda by giving scholarships to these young men and women, these brothers and sisters of ours. I hope that I can, be the leader that is going to change how this position has been in the past years, where an MP representing the youth, some youth don't even know them. I want to be the leader who a youth in Kalaki can reach out to. I want to be a leader who a youth in Bukedi, in Butaleja can reach out to. I want to be a leader who someone in Kwen, in Kapchora, the smallest sub-county there, can reach out to. I want to be accessible because together, I believe in networking. If we can network, me as the leader and then as the youth of Eastern Uganda, I think we can change how, first of all, our region as a whole is looked at. And then we can take it to another level that, that it can, we have the capacity. We can take Eastern Uganda to advocate ni Kayara, a level that is, up there. And we can be able to compete with our colleagues in Central, our colleagues in the West, our colleagues in the North. We should be able, we can, and we can do it. My slogan is our future is safer in our hands. It is safer in our hands because we as youth need to be on the table to make decisions for ourselves. I hear so many popular leaders from Europe, from wherever, who have talked about the African question, and they say African problems are best solved by Africans. I want to borrow that and bring it to here in Eastern Uganda and say the problems of Eastern Ugandan youth should be solved by the youth of Eastern Uganda. We, the youth, can solve our own problems if we get together, sit and hold discussions. Something else that I want to do as a youth leader here in Eastern Uganda, I want to set up some kind of conference halls after we've crossed the bridge, after the election, and we've emerged victor. I want to set up conference halls where youth come and sit and share ideas and network, where we can bring youth from Amuria, where we can bring youth from Kapelebion, where we can bring youth from Serere, where we can bring youth from all over Eastern Uganda. And we sit there and say, but what is the youth question for Eastern Uganda purposely? And then as we do that, we want to network with our colleagues in the other regions because we have to work in some kind of synergy if we want to make Uganda a better place for us as youth. 77% of the youth, of the population in our country are youth. And we all know that. So how do we take our country to the next level? Because we're the ones who are going to inherit. Our parents, our leaders, they're not going to be here a few years from now. It's our time. Or, we've gotten to a point where we, the young people, have to, get up, stand on our firm feet, and, take up positions. As I come to, Eastern Uganda, when you leave Kampala, you find youth are in centers, you find youth, but they're not, like I said earlier, they're not there because they want to be there. Some of them are there because of circumstances. There is no tuition, maybe some of them don't have hope. But I want to be the leader that brings hope to some of those brothers and sisters of mine. Because I want to be the leader who will be there with them. So, as Omaria Emmanuel, I want to declare myself for Youth MP, Eastern Uganda. And I want to tell my brothers and sisters out there that I am your leader, and I want to be your leader, and I will be your leader. Our future is safer in our hands for God and my country.